Hello everyone, I'm Derek. This is There Will Be Cars. If you're familiar with my channel, you've probably seen my video that I shot at the media launch of the refreshed 2020 Ford Super Duty. Now, Ford made a number of revisions to it, including a facelift front and rear. It also added more power to the Power Stroke diesel, introduced the new 7.3 liter gas V8, 10-speed automatic. Ford also brought back the Tremor trim level. So you may remember that from the F-150 that stopped production in 2014. For the 2020 Super Duty, Ford brought back Tremor as the ultimate off-road package. A few months ago, Ford announced that it was going to introduce a Tremor off-road package for the Ranger. And now comes news that Ford is going to offer a Tremor off-road package for the new 2021 F-150. Before I go any further, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to There Will Be Cars. I enjoy bringing you all content, whether it's car reviews or coverage at press events or news items like this. Click the subscribe button and keep coming back to There Will Be Cars. Ford says it's going to offer the Tremor package on standard, mid, and high-grade F-150. Now, as far as body style, they've locked that into Super Crew with the 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6, the 10-speed automatic, of course, and four-wheel drive. Duh. So you'll be able to get a variety of off-road upgrades and hardware enhancements across Ford's entire truck range. Now you can think of the F-150 Tremor as a model that slots in between the F-150 FX4 and the upcoming next generation Raptor. You'll be able to tell the Tremor apart from other F-150s because it has a 1-inch wider stance and a variety of active orange accents. Up front there's a bash plate, recovery hooks, and a vented hood, which kind of reminds me of the hood on the first-gen Raptor. Now, wheels and tires, always a big deal on off-road trucks. The Tremor has a set of matte finish 18-inch wheels wrapped in 33-inch General Grabber all-terrain tires. And out back, you've got dual exhausts. As far as the upgrades that you can't quite see as easily as those, there's a standard locking rear differential. Ford is also going to offer a Torsen limited slip front differential, but that's late availability. And speaking of availability, the F-150 Tremor is not going to be in dealerships until summer of 2021. Now, one thing that stood out about Ford's statement on the new Tremor is that the high series Tremors, so I'm assuming, King Ranch, Platinum, and Limited, are going to have a torque on demand transfer case like the one you can get in the Raptor. According to Ford, the Tremor has an approach angle of 27.6 degrees, a breakover angle of 21.2, and a departure angle of 24.3 degrees. On top of that, it has an extra inch of wheel travel up front and another 1.5 inches of wheel travel in the back. Ford completely worked over the suspension for the Tremor, so it's got retuned springs at both ends that give it a little extra ground clearance. Ford also revised the front hub knuckles and upper control arms, and then the shocks up front are monotubes that are specific to the Tremor, and the ones in the back are twin tube shocks. Now, at this point, you're probably wondering what the payload and towing figures on this truck are. And that makes sense because I'm sure a lot of you out there, when you go off-roading, you don't want to just go by yourself and just your vehicle. You want to carry things with you, whether it's firewood or, ATVs or towing a boat or whatever. Ford has released the figures. Max payload on the new Tremor is going to be 1,885 pounds. Max conventional towing is 10,900 pounds. Now, since this is the 2021 F-150 with the 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6, you can get it with the ProPower onboard system that supplies 2 kilowatts of energy. Ford uses more active orange accents inside the cabin of the F-150 Tremor, so you've got different seating, special stitching, different materials and finishes for areas like the instrument panel, center console, and the door panels. One of the first things a lot of people do with these off-road trucks is add things like an air compressor or light bar. So the Tremor's ready to go for those kinds of things because it's got 6 auxiliary switches up top. Speaking of tech, Ford's going to offer a variety of different tech features that are going to help you go off-road in the new Tremor. So you can get a 360-degree camera system. There's also a front camera that allows you to see, where the front end is going. It's always helpful, especially if you're, going over a rise and you want to see what lies ahead. You can pull up that camera feed. Being an off-road truck, the Tremor comes standard with hill descent control. You can also get it with trail control, which is basically like off-road cruise control. If you're not familiar with it, it's, you just set a speed that you want the truck to go up or down a trail. It manages the throttle and brake for you, and then you can just focus on the steering. Ford also offers the Tremor with a feature it calls Trail Turn Assist. If you're familiar with the Lexus LX570, this is basically the same kind of technology. It helps cut a tighter turn, which is very helpful when you're in a vehicle as large as a full-size truck or, the LX570, and you need to make it through a narrow path. For instance, if you're taking a left-hand turn, it'll lock that inside rear wheel and power the outside so you can just pivot on that locked wheel and cut a tighter turn. In addition to all the various standard drive modes, the Tremor is going to have a rock crawl mode. One of the coolest features that's going to be on the Tremor is something Ford calls Ford Trail Toolbox. So it's a variety of different off-road assistance features. The one that really sticks out the most is Trail One Pedal Drive. If you've done a lot of off-roading, at some point you've probably made it up a rocky pass using, throttle and brake at the same time. With this, all you have to do is just use the throttle. If you need to move forward, you just press the throttle, the brake will release, you'll move forward, and then it'll engage the brake again. So there you have it, folks. The Tremor package is coming back to the F-150 for 2021. This time, just like it was on the 2020 Super Duty, it's the ultimate off-road package. Of course, short of the next generation Raptor. If you didn't catch it before, I'll say it again. You'll be able to find the 2021 F-150 Tremor in Ford dealerships in summer of 2021. Thank you very much for watching. Please come back to this channel. There will be trucks, there will be SUVs, and of course, there will be cars.